Hey, good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the January 13th City Council meeting. I would like to remind everyone, please make sure all cell phones are turned to the off or vibrate position. Also, please be advised our City Council meetings are broadcast on Comcast Channel 99, AT&T U-verse, and the City of Gadsden YouTube channel. This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on City Clerk Iva Nelson for the roll call.
Councilwoman Latham is absent today. Councilman Smith?
Present.
Councilman Avery?
Here.
Councilman Back?
Here.
Councilman Wilson?
Here.
Councilwoman Minatra?
Here.
And Councilman Robinson.
Here.
We have a quorum present and our meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Councilman Smith to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you now the humblest way we know how. Come with bowed heads and humbled hearts. God, looking unto you, you're the author and the finisher of our faith. We dare not lean to our own understanding, but we trust in your wisdom and your guidance and your direction. Thank you for giving us the wisdom to lead the great citizens of our city. We thank you for our mayor, our council, every department head, all of our distinguished guests who are present today and even throughout this meeting. Just lead and guide and direct us, God, in the affairs in which we know that you will be pleased. We ask it all in the matchless name of our risen Lord and Savior, Jesus, we pray. All that agree said amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and council meetings held on January 6th.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
The chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of accounts for the week of January 2nd through the 8th.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Agenda item 7 is reserved for proclamations and commendations. Do you have any of those this morning, Mayor Ford? Okay. Well, then we do have some special guests with us this morning. I would like to recognize and invite up to the podium Alan Smith, the president of Gadsden State Community College. And Alan has some guests with him also that I know you'll introduce. And Mr. President, we're glad to have you here this morning.
I'm excited to be here. Good morning. I'm excited to be here. Good morning. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Well, Council President Back, it's an honor to be here to address the City Council and appreciate the partnership and everything that we have done with the City of Gadsden, and some of the things we're doing at Gadsden State now are unprecedented. I wanted to come talk to you about some things today. I wanted to bring some of our leadership team with us, talk about 3 things. And I'll get to that, and I'll be brief and would like to leave you with some informational items that we hope will be a resource and a help to you. First, I'd like to recognize our leadership team that we have with us today. If you guys would stand while I call your name, or go ahead. Mr. Tillis, Mr. Ricky Tillis is our Valley Street Campus Director and does a wonderful job, and we've got some great things going on our Valley Street campus. Dean Jessica Slayton is our Dean of Financial Services. She's been with the college many years, and she is second to none in the way we oversee our finances. Newly hired Dean of Academic Services, Dr. Derek Griffey. He is about 7 or 8 days into his new role, but he has been at the college in different capacities as a leader for over 19 years. We're excited to have him on board. Our Dean of Workforce Development and Career Technical Education, Andy Robertson. He was Workforce Coordinator for many years as I was Dean of Workforce, and he has many great initiatives that he's carrying out now. And also, Director of Skills Training, Ms. Bashia Woody. We're excited to have her in this role. I'm really excited that I had the privilege of hiring Ms. Woody into this role about 4.5 years ago on a permanent basis, and we're really excited of the things that we're doing. I wanted to talk to you, first of all, and tell you thank you for the partnership and everything that you do for the college. The college has seen growth. At the same time, the city has been energized under leadership for the past 4 years or 3 or 4 years, and we're excited about doing that. Everything I'm going to tell you today is going to be some quick facts, and then the big thing I want to talk about before I leave today is a thing we're doing that's very bold, and it's for citizens of Gadsden and all citizens in our area that is really unprecedented. But thank you for all that you do, and we look forward to having a great partnership in the future. I want to give you some different information that you might not have thought of and hopefully this will help you be a city leader. We recognize through Lightcast, economic impact, and different surveys that have been shared across the Gadsden State Community College has about a $270.5 million economic impact every year to our area. That's more than having about 5 Super Bowls hosting, I think, and I have no doubt that I've been told that John Moore is working on getting a Super Bowl here soon, but we got you covered until then, sir, so with that economic impact. But just to bring these facts down a little bit closer to where they hit home, I want you to know that as of today, we're teaching 320 Gadsden City Titans while they're in high school in college dual enrollment classes. We're doing that at no cost to them. We have awarded over $270,000 worth of scholarships. We get this scholarship funded to us by the Alabama legislature, and we are in turn getting students to enroll with us, and they are getting trained really fast. They're getting on the road to a higher education and getting a great experience with college. We have all total 508 students that have either graduated with Gadsden City or those 320 students that are in dual enrollment classes, and we're starting out in the 10th grade with dual enrollment. Something that as a city leader you might want to know, we teach every 10th grader at Gadsden City High School a course called Workplace Essentials. This course is where we go in and do this inside of a 10th grade English class. We teach things such as time management, conflict management, the importance of figuring out what you want to do and getting trained in it. We leave with teaching the students how to write a resume, and we teach them good skills so they can start their career on a good foot with us with a dual enrollment course out of their way, and they also can be more productive on any job as they go throughout the city. Our goal is to have them to enroll in some of the many programs we have at Gadsden State, but we do that for every student. As another thing that we do that's very specific to the city of Gadsden, I pulled our records. We had 25 Gadsden City employees, which would be from the fire department and city maintenance, whether that be paramedics or truck drivers, come to Gadsden State. We gave them $54,000 worth of training. We're very pleased that we get a grant from the city of Gadsden every year. I want you to know we expend every penny of that plus some on the city of Gadsden, and we appreciate that every way. And that not only helps our enrollment, but it helps this city directly, and it helps you to retain good employees as you move forward. Another thing that our athletic director and baseball coach couldn't be here with us today, but I wanted to point out to you that as we've built back our athletics program, and we're going to open soon our baseball and softball fields, and it's going to be second to none. And we really appreciate the partnership with you, with the park and everything. I was down there yesterday for about an hour and a half doing a final inspection with our architect and some others. But our coaches have their athletes, and we have 150 student athletes, and I've got a breakdown here. We're totaling somewhere of 150 hours of community service for each athlete. So you do the math on that, that's over 22,000 hours of community service done in the city of Gadsden, whether we're out picking up trash or doing baseball camps or participating in things. Our athletes are really serving the community in a big capacity, and I appreciate our coaching staff in a big way because we know that it's important to not only train good student athletes, but to make sure that they give back. I kind of coined this phrase accidentally. It's been picked up by some. I don't know if we'll use it in an official marketing, but I came in on day one and I said, we're Gadsden State, a college for our community. A lot of times we gloss over community college, but we're a college for our community. One of the things we did on day one as well is I simplified our mission. I actually helped craft our mission statement. You can read it on our webpage, and it was approved by our Alabama Board of Trustees. And it's very impactful and very nice, but it's a little long. I came in on day one and I said, let's not so much focus on that textbook definition of our mission. Let's boil it down to two simple words, and those simple words are help people. And that's our mission at Gadsden State. And that brings me to my third point, and the reason I really wanted to talk to you about today, because we're helping people from now until March the 1st in a really big way. And you might not realize, and people as you talk to in your different districts and in the city might not realize the opportunities that are here, right here in Gadsden, and with the Cardinal Promise we're bringing out. And I'm going to ask Dean Robertson or maybe Dr. Griffey if you could help me pass these. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just hand them out to Ms. Nelson right now. We're giving out the Cardinal Promise. Thank you. From now until March the 1st, any eligible or anybody that's in our city or in our service area, regardless of whether or not they're a high school senior graduating or an adult, they can be eligible and will receive 50% tuition reduction when they start college with us. The Cardinal Promise is something we're doing to completely remove any barriers of affordability. You're looking at now for the cost of a cell phone, you can come to Gadsden State for a semester. This Cardinal Promise is available to not only students that graduate high school, but also adults. Also, we've taken advantage, we're hoping to offer a good discount on our student tuition to those that have been in dual enrollment, not only with us, but with any other college, and we'll be giving them a 75% discount. In these flyers you see, there's different information about it. There's little pocket cards. Just know that if you can direct people to our website, it takes about 10 minutes to go online, fill out an application, fill out a FAFSA, and do a scholarship application. Now our affordability goes from being the most affordable to being the most affordable by a long way. You're looking at a cost of college education for your first year of a 2-year program will be less than $3,000. If you come to Gadsden State and you maintain a 3.0 average, we're going to extend that opportunity for you the second year. So now you're looking at $6,000 invested in some really high-wage, high-demand occupations that we have. So we're excited to be offering this. We have visited dozens of high schools. We're visiting other city governments, and we're talking and telling everyone. Oftentimes, the good news that we have, we can do billboards and ads and everything, but sometimes it really finds itself to be most impactful when you know someone or we reach someone who has someone in their sphere of influence that they can talk about these opportunities with them. So just know we're all about helping our community. We're all about customer service, and we're all about making education as affordable as we can to keep providing great opportunities for everyone in Gadsden and those that we serve. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate the opportunity to bring our entire team up here and discuss this today. So thank you.
Alan, thank you so much. That's some great news. The scholarships are just fantastic. That's going to open up a lot of doors for a lot of citizens. And appreciate everybody being here this morning. Mayor Ford, I know you want to say some things.
Mr. President, thank you, council members, and Alan, thank you. I want to say a little bit about my background. I think Alan knows this. I went off to Sanford, played football. I wasn't ready to go to 4-year school. I got picked up by my father in a U-Haul truck and got brought back home. And went to work at Goodyear and realized I loved Goodyear, nothing against Goodyear, but realized I needed to get an education. I went back to my dad on my hands and knees, begging him to let me go back to school, and he allowed me to go back to Gadsden State. And back then, to show my age, we were on quarter hours, if anybody remembers that. But to get approval to take 25 quarter hours, you had to get permission from a dean. And I said, there's no way I can do this. And he said, hand me the piece of paper, and he signed it. And he said, I can sign it. So I was like, oh, that's not good. So I went back. I went to Gadsden State. And if it wasn't for Gadsden State, I mean this sincerely, I wouldn't be here today. The classroom size, the teachers, the community feel, and the president at the time was Dr. Victor Ficker, and just the feel that you can go talk to a president, you can go talk to Alan, you can go talk to the deans, and the professors of what they mean and how they communicate with the students. It set me up to be able to go to college. When I went to Auburn, not only did I pay back my father the money that he spent on me to go to Sanford, but I was able to catch back up where I was behind, and I graduated a little bit on time. I was a little bit late, but it was okay. That was due to the Army. But I want to say this is a big deal, and if my father was still alive, he'd be so proud, Alan, that Gadsden State's doing this, and we got a lot of heritage over there, and I love Gadsden State, but I mean this and sincerely. When we bring an industry into Gadsden with David Hooks, and we're riding around, the number one thing we go look at is the workforce development building, Dean. And we look at the junior college, and then we go to the back 40, what I call it, and we look at the fields, and we look at what's going on back there. We have brought probably at least 3 to 5 people in the last 2 months, and there's some news coming here soon. But one of the selling points was Gadsden State College, the community college, and the workforce development building. And Alan and y'all have done an excellent job of, I don't know if you had to sign NDAs or what, but you know who we're talking about, coming through and showing them how we will train their workers and the tuition credits they will get and how they'll help us. This is a vital part to our economy in bringing in jobs to Gadsden. Y'all just honored Blake Lewis. I wasn't here last week. But he was the coach of the coach of the year for the conference.
That's correct.
And he does do a lot of community service. We're having a cleanup day coming up at the end of the month. We need to holler at Blake and make sure he shows them up for that. But he does a great job, and Amanda works at Gadsden City School System as the female athletic director and does a great job too. But I want us to be careful of this, and I want to say this kindly. We love our 4-year schools, but there's a lot of 4-year schools trying to mimic our 2-year schools. And they're not ever going to replace our 2-year school, Gadsden State Community College. They can't do for our students what Gadsden State can do for our students. They can't take care of the dual enrollment at Gadsden City High School just like our Gadsden State College can. So this is a Gadsden College, and these are Gadsden kids and Etowah kids, and we need to make sure we always support Gadsden State, and I always will as long as I'm mayor. And I'll tell you, if I was smart, I would have started in a 2-year school. And now these kids can get in and get a 1-year degree, I know, or a 2-year degree at your workforce development building, and go work for Honda or work somewhere making $80,000 to $100,000. It's crazy. And y'all know I like Dave Ramsey. If you listen to Dave Ramsey, he tells you all the time, go get a trade and go to work. And the cost analysis on your money saves money if you get out of school and you start working at age 20, making $100,000 rather than having $150,000 of college debt, getting out at age 24. But y'all, Gadsden State is a vital part of our economy, and Alan, I was glad to hear those numbers, the economic impact, but we can't do it without y'all, and we're here to support you. I know this council is, and I am, and thank you for doing this. This is a big deal to our students in Etowah County, not only in Etowah, but to all the other contiguous counties we have that connect to us. But, I want us to, the message is, and remember, 2-year schools come first before our 4-year schools. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Ford.
If I
Any
may,
other council members? Yeah, if I could. Yeah, Councilman Wilson.
Alan, I just want to reiterate a little bit. My grandparents lived on Magnolia Avenue growing up, and I ran all over that campus as a little kid, well before I was eligible for enrollment. Even on Saturdays, if you jerk on those doors on the left side of the gymnasium, you can walk right in there on Saturday, and you just have to dive in the bleachers when the security's right by. You play basketball all day. I played on those tennis courts.
Make sure we check on that.
I played on those tennis courts. I rode around what was the big church pit down there where the Gadsden Sports Park is now. Many scuffed up knees, but I, too, after graduation, went to Gadsden State for a year to prepare me to transfer to Auburn, and it was such a tremendous just springboard for me to go to Auburn and be prepared for so many things that I would have otherwise been blindsided by. And unlike the mayor, I did not pay my dad back any of the tuition, and he still asks me about that. But you know, it's funny to the mayor's point. I was listening to an interview with the CEO of NVIDIA the other day, and he said the next generation of billionaires in this country are the people that you're putting out of that workforce advanced manufacturing program over there. I mean, the guys that are not just tradesmen, not just the plumbers and electricians of this world that have to have hands-on skill sets, but the programmers of those robotics, the ones that are actually envisioning the future and driving that optimization and efficiency in workforce. And I know that's something obviously that's near and dear to you, yes, personally and professionally. So I just can't tell you how proud I am to talk about Gadsden State when I'm out and about in this state and in a lot of different settings. It's awesome. And the last thing I'll ask is, you know, that workforce readiness thing you talked about with the 10th graders. Could I maybe refer a few of my colleagues for that conflict resolution portion of that workforce readiness?
We can actually do that in a hybrid mode. So, you know, we'll start you out online, and then when you start getting along a little better, I don't know who your colleagues are, of course, but
I know several
we can do
people
in face-to-face, you know, contact
I know
resolution.
several people who could benefit from that that hybrid conflict resolution program.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Alan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Councilman Wilson. Anybody else have any comments? I'll wrap it up by saying I too took advantage of the dual enrollment program when I was in high school. Had 25 quarter credit hours attributed to Gadsden State on my way to Auburn. So have some fond memories of being a Cardinal, and it's just a great program. And y'all have just made it even more accessible and better. And Dr. Griffey made a good point. This isn't just for 18-year-olds. This is for anybody. If you're a 35-year-old person, 40-year-old, however old you are, there's no age limit, and you feel like you need to go back to school to get a better grip on your skills, then this is for you. So you qualify for these discounts just like an 18-year-old would. So it's a bright future for everybody. You just have to be willing to go and put in the work and learn some skills and maybe upgrade your certifications, and you're off and running. So
yes, and we can take advantage for those that want to come back and start their education that, you know, transportation may be a barrier. We've got online from anywhere, and we also have flexible hours with our different programs. We have many programs that people can work during the day and come at night. So we have a lot of opportunity there. And our non-traditional students, the ones that have graduated and maybe want to come back into a different career, we know that's an area that's often tough to serve. Hopefully, you know, you can help us with that. And we would, I'd like to point out our PR director, Mr. Tillison, back here taking pictures. We would like to welcome any of you to meet with our PR staff and make a video about this, share it, let us share it on our social media, you share it with yours. I would be remiss in the conversation as we've talked about the connection with Gadsden City Schools if I didn't just pause for a moment and talk about how great that partnership is with the leadership of Gadsden City Schools. We have gone from not doing any technical dual enrollment inside the Advanced Manufacturing Center. We reached a point where I felt as president it was time for us to invest in transportation. We did that, and now we're over 60 students coming to that center and getting those great skills and in those great programs. So we just appreciate that, and we know that transportation sometimes is an issue, and along those notes, I appreciate the opportunities that we've had to bring students to Gadsden State utilizing the Gadsden trolley and everything, and that's been a source that has really helped our citizens and helped our college as well. So thank you for all you do with that.
thank you all
Mr.
so much.
President,
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
let it go unheard of that Alan's son is our favorite intern, Caleb.
That's right.
And he's
Yeah.
also the president of Troy State,
Yeah.
and he ran unopposed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so
your
we're-
son
He
is.
does remind me, Mayor, that he has an entire day named Caleb Smith Day in the city. So yeah,
He's a good kid.
He is good. He's been a welcome addition to our team up here.
I'll leave some posters here if anybody wants some of those, and I'll be done. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. We appreciate y'all being here today. Thank you for taking of your time, and for the leadership team. Thank y'all for what you do for our community.
And Alan, John's going to take y'all to our office, give you a gift from the council and myself. Okay.
All right. Thank y'all very much. All right. We'll move to agenda item 8, which is at this time, the chair will entertain a motion to recess the council meeting in order to conduct the work session.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to recess the council meeting, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries for the recess.
And the chair will entertain a motion to reconvene the council meeting. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to reconvene the council meeting, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries for the reconvening.
Thank you. We're at item 10 on our agenda. It's unfinished business. We have none today. We'll move to item 11. It's a resolution authorizing a change order number 1 for bid number 3607 for the Gadsden Athletic Center Package number 1 demolition. This is to reconcile pay item additions and deletions ordered through construction. The amount is $600, reducing the contract with Engel Demolition and Salvage Incorporated to $221,711. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Item 12 is a resolution authorizing amendment number 1 to agreement with 3 Notch Group for updated engineering services for an MPO project to replace the bridge on Hickory Street over Black Creek. The amount is $120,273. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Item 13 is an ordinance amending City Code Section 130-33. Many years ago, some properties had stormwater systems that were connected to the sanitary sewer system. The Waterworks and Sewer Board has identified these properties, and this amendment will address the situation one by one as building permits are applied for in the future. A stormwater will not affect the sanitary sewer system and provide a report before the permit will be issued. This ordinance has been presented today for the first reading, and the council will vote on it next week.
So moved. Oh,
All right.
shoot.
Item 14, new business.
Yes, Mr. President, bear with me, a new year, we're coming out of the gate hot. Day before my birthday, gonna build an agenda like this, I can't believe. All right, the first several of these, Mr. President, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I've got 7. Is there 8? Oh, you've got my number 14. Can I have that back? So it's 8 total. Just so I can read the dollar amount on it. Or
Yeah.
can I see yours? Yeah, 14.
You got it?
Okay,
All right.
there we go. So I got a total of 8 resolutions here, Mr. President, and these are all pertaining to furniture purchases and various equipment purchases for the new Gadsden City Hall, which is nearing completion. I'll go through and name the dollar amounts and who the contracts are with, but I would ask if there's no objections that we consider these all as one package once I've read those off. The first one is, and I also want to make clear that all of these were handled under the Alabama Master Contracts program with the state for these furniture purchases. So the first one is a resolution through the State of Alabama Master Contracts with Trinity Furniture for $14,886.20. The next one is a resolution through the State of Alabama Master Contracts with Miller Knoll for $219,409.42. The next one is a resolution through the Master Contracts with Kruger International for $119,148.44. The next one is through the State of Alabama Master Contracts with Kimball International Brands for $16,556.50. The next one is through the Alabama Master Contracts with Via Inc. for $111,748.45. The next one is a resolution through the State of Alabama Master Contracts with Kruger International again for $49,257.90. The next one I have is a resolution through the authorizing utilization of the State of Alabama Master Contract for Hickory Business Furniture totaling $14,677. And the last one I have is a resolution utilizing the State of Alabama Master Contract with JSI for $547,092.50. And before I ask for the council to take action on this, I want to clarify that every single one of those line items and amounts that I just read off were budgeted in the previous budget. This is not any net new spending. We had planned for this years in advance, actually. So this is just time to execute these purchase contracts as we, again, approach the finalization of the City Hall project. So if there's no objections, I would like to ask that we suspend the rules and consider all 8 of those contracts as a single act.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider all 8 resolutions today as items of new business, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we have consent to consider.
Move to adopt all 8 contracts, please.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt all 8 resolutions, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt all 8 resolutions.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next one I have is a resolution, and this is exciting, a resolution authorizing an agreement for sale and conveyance of right-of-way, track number 43, for the Eastern Connector, also known as the I-759 Extension Project, to the state of Alabama. This project is moving forward. There have been property acquisitions by the state continuously for the last several months, really the last year or so. And this is the city of Gadsden conveying a tract of land, tract number 43 specifically, to the state of Alabama, and we are actually being paid $81,747 for this tract of land. So if any of you guys out there that keep up with municipal government around the state, if y'all can find another example where the state pays us money for them to come build us a $60 million road through the heart of our city, that's a pretty big coup for us. So I'm excited to see this thing move forward. Obviously, as anybody like me who's been born and raised here, this I-759 extension, as it was called for so long, has been talked about for 3 decades, and to see it finally coming to fruition as the Eastern Connector is super exciting. So if there's no opposition, I would ask that we suspend the rules and accept $82,000 from the state of Alabama for them to give us a new road.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Okay, Mr. President, the next 2 that I have are correlated. One's a resolution and one is an ordinance amending the budget to account for the resolution that we're about to consider. So the first one is a resolution authorizing the acquisition of airport authority property in the amount of $463,000. This is somewhat of a technicality that we have been trying to accomplish here in the city for quite some time. Of course, we have the Gadsden Airport Authority, which is a separate agency, but really the city of Gadsden oversees that and has ownership of some things. But on paper, the FAA we want to take the property back over for a specific purpose. The FAA wants to see a actual financial transaction to reflect that technical exchange of property. So the $463,000, while it was not budgeted for this year, it's coming from some available funds that we have from several different sources, from rental income that we get from different entities that rent property from the city, as well as the oh shoot, what else was it? Oh yeah, the TIF fund. What else goes in the TIF fund, Brandon? While I hate to put you on the spot, but if you don't mind, or where else is this fund coming from? This 160 land fund?
Yes, the 160 is rental. It's a 3% rental tax. Been out there for years and years. That's what is paying for this. Is not the TIF fund. So
okay, so it's the 3% rental tax.
Correct.
Thank you for correcting me. I didn't want to misspeak.
For this. Yes.
I'm glad I asked you to clarify that. Man, I am really good at being objective. Anyway, so I misspoke. This is actually $463,000 that's being paid for from the 160 land fund, which is generated by the 3% rental tax that the city's collected over the years. Again, this wasn't budgeted dollars, but the funds are in that land fund, and it's being used specifically for this purpose, purchasing this land from the airport authority. So if there's no objections, I'd like to first take action on the resolution authorizing the acquisition of the airport authority property.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today as an item of new business, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Okay,
Got it, Doctor.
move to adopt. Yep.
Second.
All right. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Sorry, Coach, I'm in the trenches over here. The next one is, I was about to say, I need a break, Coach. I need a break, Coach. I can't go on. I can't do it. The next one, again, is the companion ordinance. So anytime you see us pass a resolution for something that's not already budgeted, we first have to pass that resolution, then we'll pass an ordinance, which is actually amending the budget, allowing us to expend those funds. So this is the companion ordinance to the previous resolution that would amend the fiscal year 2026 budget to purchase the property from the airport authority at a cost of $463,000. So assuming there are no objections, I would like to ask that we suspend the rules and consider that as well under new business today.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the ordinance today under new business, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we have unanimous consent.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the ordinance, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Okay, Mr. President, the next one I have is a resolution authorizing an agreement with a certain, as John Moore puts it, a certain chicken restaurant that's closed on Sunday. This is a resolution authorizing an agreement with Chick-fil-A for a piece of property that we own out on Highway 77, out close to the I-59 exchange there, and this is exciting. They're going to build a new Chick-fil-A out on Highway 77 in Gadsden. Just for the record, a lot of people don't know that area out there beside the interstate is the city of Gadsden. So we're excited about that. We actually purchased 3 acres, a little over 3 acres of property, and about half of it, roughly, is part of this agreement with Chick-fil-A, and the other half will be available for sale, and it's expected to more than pay for itself in the sales tax revenue that we'll generate from that. So if there's no objections, I'd like to ask my colleagues to eat more chicken and suspend the rules so we can approve this.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be number saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries to adopt.
The next one I have, Mr. President, is a resolution supporting House Bill 22 to allow the city to utilize an independent audit firm for more than 3 years. Currently, right now, level 4 municipalities in the state of Alabama, of which there are 2, us and the city of Tuscaloosa, are the only cities and municipalities in Alabama that are required to rotate our auditors every 3 years. This is a piece of legislation that was passed in 1975, and it was primarily meant for what makes a lot of sense, to prevent relationships from getting a little too cozy. But obviously now with the advancements in technology and the digital and forensic accounting that we have, it's really kind of an obsolete thing. And what it actually does is it costs the city money to have to change auditors on such a frequent level. It takes a long time for new auditors to get up to speed, which slows down the process and makes it harder for us to do things like post our budgets and our audit reports on the internet. So this will help with all those things. It'll be more efficient for the taxpayers of the city of Gadsden. And so all this is actually asking for is, this is a resolution that would just be a statement from the city supporting the House Bill 22, which has been introduced by Mr. Butler, Representative Butler, excuse me. So if there's no objections, I'd ask that we suspend the rules and consider that under new business as well.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries to adopt.
Okay, Mr. President, the next one I have is a resolution authorizing a performance agreement with Celebrity Talent International in the amount of $65,035. This is a down payment towards the total compensation for this entertainment of $115,000. Yeah, $115,000 total. And as I explained when we addressed this a couple of months ago, this is part of a conscious effort by John Moore and the city to elevate the level of entertainment that we offer the citizens here. And this will be a ticketed event, so those ticket sales are actually expected to offset the cost of this talent. And similar to the one we discussed a few weeks ago, this is one of those situations where we have to make the down payment to secure the talent, but because of the individual artist's performance schedule, we aren't allowed to announce who that talent is until February the 23rd, 2026. So I'll be giving out John Moore's personal cell phone number later, and everybody give him a call on February 23rd, 2026, and he'll be happy to tell y'all who the artist is. But again, I do ask for a little bit of trust, just like we talked about when we approved one of these a few weeks ago. It's just the nature when you're dealing with nationally known Grammy-level artists. A lot of times they have very strict requirements on when you can announce what dates and areas they're playing in order for it to not negatively impact the ticket sales in other areas where they may have shows that are either before or immediately after. So it's a very common thing, but I can promise you this is going to be a home run swing for the city of Gadsden. And again, it will be a ticketed event, so we expect to recoup those expenses through ticket sales and sponsorships, et cetera. So if there's no objection, I would ask that we suspend the rules and consider this under new business today, please.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries to adopt.
All right, thank you, Councilman Wilson, for that Herculean.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
That Herculean effort. There'll be
Half of it
something a
made
little
sense,
extra
too.
special for you in your check this
Yeah.
week in your envelope.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the new business for today. We'll move to item 15, department reports, committees, boards. We have any of those this morning, Mayor Ford?
No, sir.
All right. We will move to citizen request. Sadly will report that received message that Miss Greenwood, Jennifer Greenwood, had requested to speak today about the Carver Center drainage and remodeling project, but she has had a death in the family and is not able to be with us today. So we will remember Miss Greenwood and her family in our prayers, and she can come back whenever she's ready to come back and speak to the council. So we offer our condolences to Miss Greenwood. That'll take us to item 17, remarks by the mayor and council. Mayor Ford, would
Yes,
you
sir.
lead us
So,
off, please?
Mr. President, I want to address the drainage at Carver. The drainage project, what has been Phase 1 completed, Phase 2 is in process, and I rode down there during the torrential downpour, and the drainage is working. The trees have been planted, am I correct? When will they be planted?
We will have to bid that. We're waiting on the state to give us the money. We'll bid that out. Correct. We got 80,000 trees. And then we plan to plant in March.
Okay. All right, so the trees will be planted in the springtime. That's something I know that we have a tree grant, and it's paid for, but we're excited about that to cover up the fence that's going around the back. I want to thank everybody, all the city employees, for a fabulous Christmas season. Our employees went beyond the call of duty. They did an excellent job. Y'all, we broke records at the train, at the falls. I think the number came in last year at 1.3. We're at 1.6. So that's fantastic. And thank the crew, Brandon, and all the employees up there, and the security, and John Moore, and all that's going on up in that area. It's phenomenal. The Coosa skating, Riverside Park, outstanding, broke the record from last year. We total grossed $180,000. So just to let everybody know, the ice skating rink has been paid for over the 3 years. So everything now is going in the right direction, but we're still making money. That does not include the economic impact of people coming to Gadsden and skating. So we're excited about that. The free dumpster day was moved due to the weather. It will be moved to January 31. The sites will be across from Riverside Park, 2200 Sampson Avenue, and the East Gadsden Community Center. The Unity Parade is this Friday. We will be participating in that, and it looks like the weather's going to be warmer. The Mayor's Ball is Saturday, January 24th at the venue. Unfortunately, I believe it's sold out. But if you're interested in tickets that aren't being used and someone's wanting to sell them, call Deb Hawkins at the venue. There's supposed to be a great band, so it's going to be a great night. And the money goes to some 501c3s, plus also to the July the 4th thing that we'll be announcing later. I just want to say also, it's getting cold Thursday and next week. The warming centers will be open. Ruth is doing a good job of putting those out. The Etowah County Emergency Management Association Facebook page, along with the Salvation Army page, and the city page will be reposting stuff for people to follow. So just wanted everybody to know that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thanks,
members.
Mayor Ford. Appreciate that information. Councilman Smith?
Thank you, Mr. President. Glad to have you back this week. Of course, last week I was in the weeds, kind of like Councilman Wilson a few minutes ago. So anyway, glad to have you back. I don't have much. Just want to thank you, Mayor Ford, and the council, department heads, for all that you do. The clerk's office, I know it takes a lot to run City Hall, and I said this last week, but I want to say it again to whoever puts up all that decoration between the falls, the river, and all over our city downtown. Just kudos to you. Looks amazing. I just know it takes a major, major, major effort to get all that done, but the impact that it has on our city and the comments that I hear, I think I saw a post from outside the state where they was highlighting Nakalula Falls. I'm not even sure where it was from, but I know it wasn't from Gadsden, as one of the most attractive places to visit. So just want to say thank you for all that you do. And also the Unity Parade, the mayor just mentioned. Let's come out and continue to show unity as much as we can in our city is working. And I'm excited about where we're going from here. And happy Founders Day to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Smith. Councilman Avery?
Mr. President, want to appreciate Gadsden State for coming today and giving us that highlight of all the good things that they're doing. Had a great honor to sit in some meetings with them and work with them, especially with the Valley Street campus, is what they're providing. There are some free programs I would like to highlight that they also give, and that's one of them is pharmacy tech. There's another one, I can't think of it right now. And so I know we highlight that very heavy in our community in District 3 for those residents to kind of just ignite their opportunities throughout the Gadsden State campus opportunities that they have there on the main campus on George Wallace as well as on Valley Street. So appreciate President for coming and those understaffed that he brought with him to give us that update and as well as to highlight those activities that they have there at Gadsden State. To speak to the drainage issue, I wasn't here in town this weekend. Went on a little trip with my wife and daughters to celebrate my birthday, and so one of the issues there was a siren, particularly the siren was going off. It went off. I think it was Friday night. Could have been Friday night all the way till Sunday morning. And I can go back and check my messages to make sure I give you the correct update, Mr. Heath. And so whatever that is, it's pretty loud. The videos that are on Facebook and the complaints that I received, it was primarily for the noise. It did get high there for a minute, so that I guess that kind of got a little scary for some people. But again, it seems to be working pretty good. There's a lot of trash in it, so I don't know what we can do in the future to kind of, combat some of those things if we can just keep people from probably putting trash in the drainage. I think that's probably what that is. But nevertheless, it's good to see that thing functioning. Seem to be functioning well, but nevertheless, that is one of a few of the complaints that I did receive, and I did shoot those over to Ms. King. Thank you for responding back and acknowledging. I do want to highlight for District 3 to remember Dumpster Day. That's one of the days that we definitely want to exercise as much participation in as possible. So I'll be putting those on all of my platforms and just directing you to the city websites as it relates to that, so that we can share those throughout our churches and organizations and community centers to make sure that we participate in that heavily. And I will also want to make mention of the warming stations so that we can tell those guys that don't have access to Facebook and Channel 99 and so on, so that we can hopefully eliminate some of these home fire, structure fires that we're having. That's a possibility of those trying to seek somewhere to stay warm. January the 19th, there's a unity breakfast. Want to appreciate former council member Thomas Worthy. His organization puts this event on. It will be at 9 a.m. through 11 a.m. at the Antioch Family Life Center. There'll be prayer, live music, and a guest speaker. And so if you have an opportunity to come out, please save the date for January the 19th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Antioch Family Life Center in East Gadsden off East Broad. January the 19th as well, there's a 41st anniversary or MLK Day celebration at 6:30 p.m. at the Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church there on 9th Street in District 3. There will also be a special guest speaker, which is an individual that is running for a state legislature seat as well. District 3 community meeting will be January the 20th. That's 5:30 at Carver Community Center. And our main focus right now is fire safety. And so there's a partnership with the fire department. Hopefully we'll have chief or fire marshal, someone out that can speak to that from a professional standpoint. But good. All right. And so the goal is to do sign-ups for smoke detectors. And this is to make sure that all homeowners have smoke detectors. If you are renting or leasing, that homeowner must either be present to fill out that form, because then you will be altering a residence that's not necessarily yours. So we're asking all homeowners to participate in this event so that we can somewhat do some combating of or some alerting and awareness of when a fire exists in your home, and this will go into that fire safety conversation that we will have. And again, that is January the 20th at 5:30 at the Carver Community Center. And then final, we are having a MLK Day community giveaway in District 3 at 4 p.m. Through 7 p.m. And it's a partnership between Bama Quick Mark Old School Tavern, Carver Community Revitalization Committee, and Blacktop Burners and Sub-Zero Drums Incorporated. And these are partnership that those business or entities that I just mentioned put in together to make this event happen. So there'll be free gas giveaway to the first 100 cars and a lot of other things as well. And it's just simply a community giveaway. It goes along with that, aligning with unity and love as we celebrate, get ready to celebrate MLK Day. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Avery. Councilman Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't have much to say. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. It was 24 degrees last night. It'll be 61 degrees today, and the high's 39 tomorrow, so I'm not feeling great. But I do want to say, this is worth saying, condolences to all my fellow deadheads out there. This is going to come as a huge shock to a lot of y'all, but I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan. And on Sunday night, we lost Bobby Weir. He was 79 years old, one of the founding members of the Grateful Dead. And he was a huge figure in music, and he influenced so much. And believe it or not, it seems cheesy, but that if you really look past all the goofy stuff around, people and deadheads and hippies and all that, those guys changed the world in a lot of ways, and they paved the way for a lot of musicians. And Bobby Weir was 17 years old, man, when he was a founding member of the Grateful Dead. And I was fortunate a couple of years ago to get to go out to Las Vegas and see him at the Sphere, and even more fortunate than that to get to see him as a very young man in Birmingham on April the 5th, 1995, 4 months before Jerry Garcia died. And probably one of my most prized possessions in my whole life is a backstage pass that my brother got me years later after that to commemorate that experience, man. Just means a lot to me, man. Hate to see him go. Fare thee well. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Wilson. Councilwoman Minatra.
I just want to make mention, this weekend at the Theater of Gadsden, which is located at the Ritz Theater on Wall Street in Alabama City, they have a musical comedy called Something Rotten. So there's Friday night and Saturday night and a Sunday matinee, and tickets can be found on theaterofgadsden.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Councilman Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just glad to be back to business. Y'all took us easy on us last week. We didn't have anything going on. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get it going. That's all. Just a lot of great business, positive things happening in Gadsden. I'll tell a quick story. I regret this. One of the things I regret in my life, and I know this is petty, but I had tickets to that Grateful Dead concert in '95 in Birmingham, and said I was in school in Birmingham and college in Birmingham. I was like, I'll catch them the next time around.
Yep.
And didn't get a chance to catch him next time around. So I never got to see actually Jerry Garcia in concert. So I do regret that. But Bob Weir will be missed for all the deadheads out there. People don't really look at. If you don't know about the Grateful Dead, you don't really know about it. So
right.
It's a family inside of a family. But that's all I have. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Thank you, Councilman Robinson. I'd like to make an announcement about garbage pickup next week due to the upcoming Martin Luther King holiday. Next Monday's garbage will be collected on Tuesday, and Tuesday's route will be collected on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday's routes will not change. So I want to thank Alan Smith, the president of Gadsden State Community College, for being here today. I jotted down some of the highlights. Gadsden State makes a $275 million financial impact annually to Gadsden, City of Gadsden. They have invested this past year $270,000 to 320 students, local students, in scholarships. There's 580 Gadsden City High School graduates from Gadsden State Community College. 25 of our city employees last year received $54,000 in training from Gadsden State, probably primarily our firemen doing paramedic training. There's approximately 150 athletes on scholarship at Gadsden State Community College, and I forget the number of hours of community service, but they're everywhere. They show up at our elementary schools to give high fives to the students walking in. They helped at our Champions Field in the month of October when we had special needs students from all over the county have athletic events there that month. They show up all over the place. So Coach Blake Lewis, the head baseball coach and athletic director, does a really good job of getting the students out into the community. And they're always doing something very helpful. They're great to have. And last but not least, Gadsden State is one of the largest employers in the city of Gadsden. So we're very grateful for Gadsden State for the relationship our city has, the partnerships that we have, especially with the sports park and things that we do with them is just unheralded in recent history. So we're just excited about Gadsden State and about their new scholarship program where they're giving discounts, I think, through March 1st of anywhere 50 up to 75% off. So it is a great economic opportunity to contact Gadsden State to see what is available for you, how you can either upgrade your skills or get your skills at a very reduced price. So we're very grateful for President Smith and for that direction that they're leading us in. And then last but not least, on a kind of a high note, Sunday I attended the celebration of life of one of our outstanding citizens, Miss Lynn King. Lynn's father was Dean Chad Hawkins at Gadsden State Community College for a number of years, and her family has a large footprint, a solid footprint in our city. Her sister Fran is a dear friend of my sister's and of myself, and people from all over came to this celebration of life, Mayor Ford. There were folks from, I don't know, probably 5 different states or so, but I had a lot of those people. They came on Saturday and then drove around, they're from here, but they don't live here anymore, and they came and they drove around the city, and then they woke up Sunday morning, drove around the city. This event started at 2 o'clock, and to a person, they were wanted me to thank you and to thank this council and our city employees for how Gadsden looks. You know, if you're from here, grew up here, and you haven't been back in a few years, and you see the remarkable change, it really is remarkable. They were going on and on. I had questions about what are you doing on West Meagan, so I was explaining about the Gadsden Athletic Center. I always made sure to see if they've driven over behind the community college to see the sports park. But they raved about downtown. They were down there at night and just go up and down Broad Street. So it's kind of some old, fresh eyes looking at our city, and they were, to a person, they couldn't believe how Gadsden looked. So I want to thank the mayor. Thank you for your vision in leading that, and our city employees for all the work that
Mr. President, I want to apologize. I was planning on attending that. I had National Guard drill, and we did not get out until late Sunday. But I wanted to pay my respects also.
Well, Lynn volunteered her time. She served on numerous boards through the city of Gadsden, a lot of times surrounding the arts community. But wonderful lady, left a footprint here in Gadsden that'll remain forever and ever. So I want to remember the Hawkins and the King family in our prayers as they think about Miss Lynn, who has gone to be with the Lord. We've had a great day of government, as Councilman Smith always likes to say. We have moved some things forward, as Councilman Robinson has mentioned, and I think this is just the start. I mean, the things are really starting to happen. You're going to see a lot of positive things come in the weeks to come. So thank you for all your support. Thank you for your prayers. And we will be back here next Tuesday.
If we could just get wait until the weather kind of smooths out a little bit before we have another folder like that.
Right. That would be helpful. We are adjourned.
I just meet every other Tuesday.
Thank you.